Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and welcome to the first video of Pikmin Week here on the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Pikmin 1, which originally released on the GameCube in 2001, but has recently been re-released on the Nintendo Switch with some visual enhancements. Now, this week, as I mentioned, we're going to be reviewing the first 3 Pikmin games here on the channel. So starting with the first one, where it all began, let's get right into it. So I first played Pikmin 1 about 5 years ago through the Wii Virtual Console. The motion controls I thought were really fun, and I did enjoy the game, but you know, I don't know, it being a fresh concept to me, I've never really played an RTS before, I wasn't able to properly strategize and, you know, beat the game in the end. Although I did replay it on the GameCube about 3 years ago now, and I did beat it that time, which is funny considering that I lauded the motion controls, but lo and behold, having more limited controls, I was able to beat the game. Whatever. Though I thought the game was pretty fun at the time, and upon revisiting on Switch, same exact feeling. The motion controls have slightly changed a bit to now where you are only able to move the gyro when you are already holding A or B to throw or whistle Pikmin, but aside from that, pretty great version of the game. But yeah, you know what? I should just get into Pikmin, what it is. So Pikmin is a real-time strategy game made by Nintendo that released in 2001. You control the Captain Olimar in this title, and he takes command of several different types of these Pikmin creatures, these little plant-like dudes who come in a few different types, and they can attack enemies, they can create bridges, and most importantly, they can pick up the parts of Captain Olimar's ship that he needs to escape this planet, because the game kicks off with him crash landing on the Pikmin planet, which is presumably some version of Earth or whatever, and he needs to reclaim his ship pieces within 30 days, or else he will die because he cannot breathe oxygen. What a little weirdo. And that 30-day limit isn't just for story reasons. You only have about 30 in-game days to complete it. The way Pikmin works is that you start out in the morning. You have, I want to say, about 15 to 20 minutes. I think it's about 15 minutes, honestly, closer to maybe even 10, to kind of get everything done. You start out, you unload your Pikmin from their onions, as it's called. Yes, the little ships they are carried in are called onions. I'm not sure why. And you run around and you're like, okay, let me go get this ship part. Let me defeat this enemy, this boss, this whatever, you know? That's how the game flow works, and you want to get it all done within the time limit, and you want to make sure that by the end of the day you have all of your Pikmin on you or in their onions. Otherwise they will get eaten because it is dangerous to explore at night, according to the plot of this game. Very fun gameplay loop, and of course, in this first game, you only have 30 days to get all 30 ship parts, which sounds daunting, but honestly, like, obviously 30 and 30, you do one a day. Also, you don't actually need every ship part to beat the game, only I think about 25 of them you need. And also, you can definitely get more than one a day in some cases, especially if you are a Pikmin pro like myself. As I mentioned earlier, your exploits will lead you to finding multiple different types of Pikmin. In this game, you only have 3. The red Pikmin, who are resistant to fire. The yellow Pikmin, who in this game can be thrown high and can pick up these items called bomb rocks that allow you to blow up indestructible objects. And the blue Pikmin, who are the only ones who can breathe underwater, allowing you to traverse watery areas, which is very important for some of the levels in the game. Overall, I like the simplicity of the first game. You know, it's not as complex as some of the later games with all the Pikmin types they introduced there, but I think super fun. There's strategy. Like, sometimes I'll be in an area and I'll want to take out a bunch of red Pikmin because I know there's fire enemies around. Sometimes I'll want the yellows, but maybe not too many of them just because I know, you know, I want bomb rocks. Bomb rocks are always such a complex thing in this game. You throw a Pikmin and they drop the bomb rock, but you want to make sure you're not near the bomb rock. Otherwise, your Pikmin will die. I don't know how many times I've lost a dozen Pikmin on complete accident because a bomb rock accidentally went off. Yeah, the first game can be a bit janky at times. It's not like the end of the world, but it's a little bit janky. But about the game world itself. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it's supposedly some sort of maybe post-apocalyptic, maybe not Earth. And the environments are all very natural looking. You're the size of like a penny, and you're running around these gardens and forests and caves, and it's so fun just getting to see like the tiniest of weeds towering above you. It's amazing. The areas in the first game, there's basically technically 4 areas, technically 5 areas actually, but really there's 3 major areas: the Forest of Hope, the Forest Navel, and the Distant Spring, and all 3 of them have incredible atmosphere. The Forest of Hope is just a very peaceful, tranquil, first area, kind of forest grassland. The Forest Navel is this cavernous dune area with a big body of water, very twangy sort of music, and the Distant Spring is just absolutely ethereal. It is this pool, this kind of lake, I guess lake, yeah, that'd be a good way to put it. It's a lake that feels very misty and foggy and mysterious, and the music definitely conveys that. I love the environments of Pikmin. I love the enemies you run into. There's so many weirdos, from Bulborbs to Wollywogs, the little Shearwigs that try and attack your Pikmin all the time, the dwarf Bulbears, the burrowing Snagrits who will poke out of the ground and try and munch on your Pikmin, the swooping Snitchbugs who will pick them up and chuck them in, forcing you to have to pluck them out of the ground again. It's amazing. I love it. At the end of each day, Olimar will write a little diary entry about his experience on the planet, and it's all cute stuff. Really, the first Pikmin game, it's a simpler strategy game. You only have 3 Pikmin and you only can play as 1 character. You know, as I'll show in the later games, things get a lot more complex than that. But honestly, it's a very fun, short game, like many games from this time. Well, not many, but like a decent amount of games from this time, especially some early GameCube games I can think of. It's a very short and sweet experience. You can beat the game in about, I want to say, 6 hours on your first time if you know what you're doing. And, you know, it's a bit more loose than the other Pikmin games. There's no definitive bosses in most areas. You kind of just run around and maybe there's a bigger enemy. There might be this guy, this mushroom guy who will, like, turn your Pikmin evil, or a big Spider-Man who will just, like, kind of walk around and you'll have to throw your Pikmin at his little ball in the middle to try and kill him. It's amazing. I genuinely, the first game holds a special place in my heart. It's a fun little experience. I highly recommend it on the Switch especially. You know, it's easy to come by. It's only $40 there. Whether I recommend it with Pikmin 2, you'll find out on the next video. But yes, that's really about all I have to say. The game's phenomenal. Highly recommend it. I guess that'll wrap it up for the first video of Pikmin Week. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and keep yourselves cornered for more Pikmin content coming very, very soon.